Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Real-Time Real Estate, OFW Investing Beyond Borders, a special collaborative webinar brought to you by Federal Land Inc. and First Metro Security Brokerage Corporation. My name is Paula from Federal Land.
And my name is Robbie from First Metro Securities, and we are your host for today's exclusive event. We have prepared a very special presentation for all of you, one I am sure all of you will find insightful and enjoyable. We consider our overseas Filipino workers as heroes, and we feel that one of the best ways to honor them is by laying out opportunities to help you invest in the Philippines.
That's correct, and that is why we are here today to help you understand better that investing has been made much easier due to advancements in technology and easy dissemination of information. In fact, Robbie, I have an interesting tidbit for you. Not to preempt our speakers from Federal Land, but the quantum residences, which will be discussed in greater detail later, is actually one of our most popular properties among our OFWs. Since its launch in 2018, the property value of quantum residences has gone up by 33%. This is actually better than other investment asset classes in the country.
That's very interesting, Paula, because I have been noticing the same thing in the Philippine stock market, especially with respect to the growing number of investors. In fact, in the latest stock market investor profile report by the PSE, we saw that 71.5% of all active stock trading accounts are online. Imagine that. This just reinforces the fact that investing now, whether via real estate or the stock market, is going beyond borders.
Indeed. Just to further illustrate the value of real estate investing, I'd like to offer some choice highlights from a recent report by Colliers Manila. In this special report, they discussed the current real estate investing landscape in the Philippines. And I quote, for 2022, Colliers sees the take-up for the units in the secondary market growing by 128% year over year, partly backed by improvement in consumer and business sentiment and firms return to office mandates. Rents increased by 0.4% in Q2 of 2022. The return of more local and foreign employees to their offices should support leasing demand and lift rents by 1.2% year over year in 2022. In Q2 of 2022, Colliers saw price increasing at a faster pace than rents. We expect prices to grow by 3.2% by the end of 2022 as vacancy starts to taper off. Colliers believe that the inflow of more overseas Filipino worker remittances should partly sustain residential demand, particularly for horizontal units outside the capital region, that are within affordable to mid-income price segments of 1.7 million to 6 million. End quote.
Thank you for that, Paula. That is definitely exciting. And I think it really ties into some of the recent developments that we have been seeing in the news. For instance, it is reported that the Philippine government will resume deployment of OFWs to Saudi Arabia in November. There have also been recent reports that the Singaporean government has guaranteed close to 10,000 new job orders for Filipino workers. And additionally, according to the director of the Strategic Business Economics Program at the University of Asia and the Pacific, the strengthening dollar is also seen to benefit 70% of overseas Filipino workers. I believe this development would give our OFWs greater purchasing power back here in the Philippines. So as you can see, while we acknowledge the fact that challenges abound economically both here and abroad, there remains plenty of opportunities out there.
And that's exactly why I'm so excited that we are here this afternoon. So, if you like us and want to know more about these said opportunities, then you're going to love what our speakers have lined up for you.
With that, let us introduce our first set of speakers from Federal Land. Have you ever asked yourself, solid investment ba ang real estate sa Pilipinas? Kung ang sagot nyo dyan ay yes, then you are in luck, as Ms. Cristina Salvador will give us 8 reasons why the Philippines remains a good investment option. Ms. Tina occupies the corporate sales channel head position at Federal Land. She has 18 solid years in the hospitality industry in both Manila and abroad, and has worked as consultant for different pre-opening properties of esteemed developers. She is also the recipient of numerous accolades for exemplary performance in the delivery of service from various organizations throughout the years.
That's very exciting, Rob. And the second speaker for Federal Land Demand will help us understand why investing in the Philippines is done better with federal land. Discussing with us is Ms. Cherry Windows Reyes, and we will hear her talk about Federland's upcoming projects from pre-selling to ready for occupancy properties. Ms. Cherry is a both licensed real estate broker and licensed insurance advisor. Additionally, she also has 21 years of experience in training and people development, as well as sales management and business development. Without any further ado, please help me welcome once more Ms. Tina and Ms. Cherry.
Thank you. Thank you for that nice introduction, Robbie and Paula. Now let me share my screen. Hold on. So good afternoon, everyone. Once again, I'm Tina Salvador, and I'm excited to share with you some of the insights and updates from the leader in the real estate industry, Federal Land. Pag-uusapan at tatalakayin po natin ang tungkol sa pag-invest sa real estate at magandang option pa rin ba talaga mag-invest sa panahon ngayon, especially during these trying times. Of course, before tayo mag-invest ng ating hard-earned money, mainam na malaman at maintindihan muna ang background ng developer of choice natin. So please join us in the next 30 to 45 minutes of learnings. And now for our topic, solid nga ba ang real estate investment sa Pilipinas? When we talk about investment, there are various options that may come to mind, di ba? When we hear the word invest. Andiyan ang stocks, short-term bonds, real estate investment trusts, or yung tinatawag na REIT, and of course, real estate property. As we all know, not all investments can provide high yield. Minsan, you're earning big time, minsan naman, hindi maganda ang result. Indeed, they all come with high and low risk. Reason why it's important that we consult with professionals when it comes to investing. I'm sure we don't want to put to waste any hard-earned money, so it's better that we understand thoroughly what is the right investment for us. You attending this webinar is actually a good step to learn the basics on how you can grow your money and diversify your savings. Now, going back to our topic in this webinar, solid investment ba ang real estate sa Pilipinas? So before we respond to this question, let us first try to study a question that may perhaps come to mind. Maybe we also want to ask and know why Philippine investment remains as a good option despite the current challenges. So here are some of the information we gathered from the experts, specifically from our dear friends from IQI Philippines. Let us first take a look at 8 reasons why Philippine investment remains a good option. You may have heard that prices in the market started to shoot up here in the Philippines, diba? From sugar, onion, gas, diesel, so many industries are affected. Of course, sa pagtaas ng mga prices, kasama dyan ang pagtaas ng property value and rental fee, whether that's for an office, commercial space, or residential. You may also think if we invest in real estate, we may be susceptible to bank interest rates. However, in the long run, with all the rental fees and capital appreciation, including the improvement in the unit, you will still see that there is more benefit or mababawi siya eventually, especially if you will opt to invest in strategically developing locations. Apart from bank interest rates, you may also think ang cost ng pag-upkeep ng unit like maintenance, association dues, taxes, and mortgage, and these factors may hit your income. Again, your monthly returns through real estate rental fees on the properties can quickly augment the expenses. Just like what we mentioned earlier, while the prices may go up, property rental prices go up as well. Based on history, rental fee, whether in residential, commercial offices, it usually escalates up to 5 to 6% annually. Now I'm going to discuss the 8 reasons why Philippine investment remains a good option. And number 1, geographical location and natural resources. Despite the small area, the Philippines is one of the world's richly endowed countries in terms of mineral resources. We are actually the fifth most mineral-rich country in the world for gold, nickel, copper, and chromite. It is home to the largest copper-gold deposit in the world. This information is from Mines and Geosciences Bureau, and according to studies, we have estimated 840 billion US dollars worth of untapped mineral wealth. And just to share with you, ang chromite, these are minerals being used in big industries like electronics, construction, which are industries that are needed by every country. And given that we have these reserves of minerals, it means that we have a huge potential to increase exporting to other countries. And also given the vast archipelago with 7,107 islands, Philippines has a lot of areas for development. Developers continue to build residential, offices, commercial buildings, township, estate, and even resorts outside Metro Manila, which eventually flourish into an exciting community like in Cavite, Bulacan, Laguna. Now we're moving to number 2, consistent economic growth. Given the pandemic, we can say that the Philippines is doing well compared to other countries. Understandably, we had bouts of economic crisis, but amidst that, we actually have a good forecast following the relaxation of the COVID-19 mobility restrictions in the country, including the vaccination program from the government and private sectors. According to several financial institutions internationally, Philippines remains the fastest growing economy in ASEAN 5 in 2022. And of course, how can we ever miss this? One of the factors of our economic growth is definitely coming from your remittances, our dear OFWs. You must know that you contribute a lot in the Philippines economically. Ika nga nila, maaring maitatawag ang ating OFW na tunay na economic heroes. So, salamat sa inyong malaking contribution. Third, we have more infrastructures and connectivity in the country. Of course, you know that the country's economy is growing when we are seeing developments such as roads, bridges, railway system. Hence, it attracts more multinational investors, and definitely this will increase the demand for real estate and rental of properties, especially in the areas near these infrastructure projects. One of the key drivers of growth is Build, Build, Build project of government and scaling up our infrastructure. Now more areas are connected with more bridges and connector, even our new airports. One of the biggest projects is the Mega Manila subway system, which traverses 5 cities from airport in Parañaque and North Avenue in Quezon City. We have to take note that expectation remains that areas that will pass through these stations will have a good value appreciation. It might be worth mentioning that we have several federal land projects which may be accessible in these areas. One of which in Katipunan Quezon City Station, once this is already built, our property located in Marikina, which is highly accessible in near prominent school like in UP, Miriam, and Ateneo. This property is called Siena Towers. Later on, Cherry will be sharing more details about this property. In Ortigas, there will be 2 stations from the Mega Manila subway. That's the North and South Station. Federal Land has a Japanese concept residential pre-selling property, which is the Grand Military Ortigas. Now, in terms of connectivity, apart from the major telco players now, we have PLDT, Globe, Smart, we now have Belnet, Bell, we also have Starlink, and these will definitely provide more options in telecommunications and more options to connect to people. Number 4, we have robust demand in real estate market. We may have experienced a decline in demand for real estate in 2020 and early 2021. However, in Q4 2021 and continuously up to now, there was a significant shift. Our team from corporate sales handled inquiries from Federal Land official website and all our official digital platform. So we saw the increase in inquiries now, especially when the Department of Education announced to officially resume our face-to-face classes. Nag-increase ang inquiries natin near schools. So how can we forget during the pandemic, di ba? Lalong tumaas din ang logistics. Yeah. And e-commerce. And these industries and companies usually rent or purchase properties, not just one, but multiple residential units for employees. So speaking of schools, very accessible ang ating quantum residences na malapit sa University Belt. This property is strategically located at the intersection of Taft and Hill Puyat Avenue, where every mode of public transport you need are easily accessible. On this slide, we are illustrating top 10 foreign buyers in the Philippines. So Chinese being number one, which remains number one. And then number two, we have American, Singaporean, as you can see, mostly Asian countries. And then, of course, we have number 7, British, Canadian, and number 10. Now we have number 5, high property appreciation and rental yield. So earlier, nakita natin ang iba't ibang nationalities na nag-i-invest sa mga mixed-use development. Yun yung mga may offices, commercial at residential spaces. One of the reasons ng buyers natin is actually yung high rental yield. As you can see, we are actually second in Asia when it comes to rental yield at 6.13%. During the pre-pandemic, some of our CBDs like in Makati, BGC, Bay Area, and Ortigas, they reported 7 to 9% yield in residential long-term leasing. However, now that we are slowly rising from the pandemic, we project at 6% rental yield. For property appreciation, we have seen in the last 7 years ang pag-appreciate ng property prices sa Philippines. From 2019, it has outperformed 2013 at 29.1%. Understandably, we have seen a decrease during the lockdown in 2020. However, it is expected to climb up again by the end of 2022. To give you an idea, a property value of residential condominium within the mid to upper market range is from 230 to 300,000 per square meters. While high-end properties naman, they range from 350,000 to more than 500,000 per square meters. So you can say property segment still remains the most low-risk investment, diba, sa panahon ngayon. It's also a perfect time to take advantage of the current forex, diba? Especially now na mataas ang value ng US dollars. So number 6, we have new townships with flexible payment terms. Before we want to invest in real estate, diba, we need to prepare at least 20 to 30% from the total contract price based on the payment term, diba, for a pre-selling property ng mga condos, which are, of course, not ready for turnover yet. But now, in federal land, we offer friendly payment terms. You can even secure a unit with a reservation deposit for as low as 25,000 pesos. And not only that, for a pre-selling property, we offer 10% down payment, which you can spread up to more than 6 months, making it more lighter to pay. And there are payment terms also, which also offers no lump sum down payment. So for those who are looking for ready for occupancy units, we offer a huge discount up to 15%. So reason why investing is made easier compared to earlier years. Speaking of townships, federal land has created affordable townships perfect for work and play. Our townships development include the New York-inspired Grand Central Park, Bonifacio Global City, the 36-hectare Metro Park in Pasay City, Tropicana Garden City in Marikina, the suburban Florida Sun Estates in Cavite, and the hilltop community of Marco Polo residences in Cebu City. Number 7 is the Philippines is a perfect place to work, live, and play. So why are we highlighting this as one of the reasons? Of course, if maraming expats who love to visit at mag-lease ng long-term sa Philippines or even live here sa bansa natin, that will drive the demand for rental or purchase for properties. So may effect yan sa atin economically. At para sa atin na gusto mag-invest sa real estate, hindi tayo mawawala ng chance na kumita, di ba? Marami at dadami pa ang maghahanap, not just from us, Filipinos sa Pinas, but also sa mga expat. In fact, there are a lot of Koreans now, like Chinese or other nationalities, choosing to retire here in the Philippines. And of course, it's because of the lower cost of living, business opportunities, quality healthcare and education. Diba? We have a lot of international schools. And then we have access to travel destination, whether by land, travel from Manila or short flight, maraming destination na pwedeng ma-explore at mapuntahan sa Pilipinas. Like in Boracay, Palawan, Cebu, yan. And land travel from Manila, like Cavite, Batangas, and of course, safe, convenient, and friendly environment. So these factors drive for rental demand and attract investors in the Philippines. And finally, ang pangwalo, of course, are people and culture. So this is also very important. We cannot highlight enough ang culture and how fun, dynamic, talented ang mga Pilipino, di ba? Masisipag, we're also positive, warm and friendly. Bukod sa we are excellent English communicators, of course, sa mga foreign nationals, these are the qualities that they like to do business with. Kung matatandaan natin, especially during the pandemic, lalong nag-shine ang kasipagan ng mga Pilipinong medical practitioner. So dito rin acknowledge ng iba't ibang countries ang dedication natin mga Pilipino. Reason why mas nagugustuhan nila mag-retire sa bansa natin at syempre malaki ang impact nito sa pagtaas ng demand ng properties. Yan. So now that we learn na talagang solid pa rin naman mag-invest sa Pilipinas at isa sa mga best option ay ang real estate, let me turn over the floor to Cherry, who will be introducing your real estate partner, Federal Land. Take it away, Cherry.
Thank you, Miss Tina. Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon sa ating mga bayani ng bayan, no? Ang ating mga dear OFWs. So yan, na-explain na ni Miss Tina kung ano yung mga reasons why we should invest in the Philippine real estate. And ako naman, no, I have to present to you why you should invest sa federal land properties. Okay, pero first and foremost, I want to give you a short background lang about our company, Federal Land. Federal Land is one of the top developers here in the Philippines. We are one of the fastest growing real estate developers in the country, and we celebrated our 50th year just this July. So imagine the expertise, diba? The legacy. We are on our 5th year this year. And ang first reason is why you should invest in federal land is the financial stability and its industry track record. Bukod sa 50th year na namin ngayong taon na to, Federal Land is a member of GP Capital Holdings, one of the largest business conglomerates dito sa Pilipinas. And I know you've heard a lot about Metro Bank. There, we have banking, Toyota in automotive, and of course, Federal Land, no, para sa property development, insurance, AXA Philippines, and for infrastructure and utilities, we have Metro Pacific. There. Second reason, tignan natin kung ano yung pangalawa. We have this global brand partnerships. So we have Isitan Mitsukoshi Holdings and Nomura Real Estate Development for our BGC, The Seasons Residences. Ayan. And then we have also this company, Oryx, for Grand Hyatt, and Marco Polo for our Marco Polo Residences in Cebu. So yan, so yung mga may mga requirement, no, property in Cebu, we have Marco Polo. And of course, our third reason, syempre we want to provide our clients world-class projects. That is why we partnered with Arup with our Grand Hyatt Hotel Manila Residences. We can group for the Seasons Residences. We have the Mitsukoshi on the podium, and then Tange Associates. We partnered with this leading Japanese architecture firm. And then this is for the Grand Midori Ortigas. And lastly, on the right foremost also, our ultra luxury pre-selling condominium property, the Estate Makati. So we call this as amazing lots in the sky. So we partnered with this company. They are the world-renowned architecture firm, Foster and Partners. There. So speaking of capital appreciation, as you can see dito sa slides, no, nakita natin kung ano yung naging appreciation when it comes to per square meter. So just to share with you, there for Grand Hyatt Residences, during the launching no 2017, from 200,000, imagine right now it's 404,000 per square. Then we also have our Grand Central Park there. We launched this year 2012 at 117,000 per square, and now it is at 330,000 per square meter. For this project, we have ready for occupancy there. And then we have also our Pasay project. So nakikita natin, napakataas, no? Almost 230%. And of course, our Marco Polo residences in Cebu. Ayan. So when it comes to capital appreciation, the best ang real estate. And also, I want to share with you, I know you're aware of the ongoing projects of the government. Ito lang, gusto ko lang i-share kasi with all these projects ongoing or completed, ang aming mga projects ay very or near to this infrastructure. So, ibig sabihin, when it comes to capital appreciation, yung mga, kailan ba tataas yan? Ano ba yung magiging presyo niyan pag nakompleto na tong Mega Manila Subway? So, expect ang investment nyo ay magiging good ROI for you. There. Next, please. Okay, now in Cebu, we have this ongoing project as well. As mentioned, we have our Marco Polo residences there. We have pre-selling projects and a few of the ready for occupancy. And yan nga, nabanggit dito ni Ms. Tina kanina, no? Ito, DPWH will build 3 Marikina River bridges here. So this will benefit our township in Marikina, the Tropicana Garden City. And Shena Towers actually is the latest project of this for this area. We already completed Shena Tower 1, and Tower 2 will soon be launched. Yeah. Okay, so just to give you an overview of what we have for you when it comes to our projects, we have this. We have Manila. Yeah, nakikita naman natin, no? Marami. We can offer north to south projects for you, and we have flexible payment terms available. So we have there Manila, Makati, Cebu, Cavite, BGC, ayan, of course, Mandaluyong, San Juan, Quezon City, Marikina, and Pasay. And we also have in Cavite. Okay, now with that, I want to share with you also yung siguro a few of our pre-selling projects. Okay, so first, yan. So we have the Granny Dory Ortigas. Ito yung tinatawag naming true midpoint of Manila kasi you're halfway, no, going south, and then you're halfway going north. With this, we have a promo for this month. We are offering up to 4% discount. Yan. So with that also, bukod dyan, we are offering also free parking promo. Yan. So let's explore kasi this area is will offer you the fastest capital appreciation kasi we know that Ortigas is near, no, to good establishments. Okay, next. Here we have Peninsula Garden Midtown Homes. Well, our 1-bedroom has been sold out like hotcakes kasi nag-start siya ng 2.7 and ngayon nag-increase siya 2.9 pero sold out na rin, no? But we have affordable 2-bedroom units for you with flexible payment terms. As siguro ang pinaka mahaba ay nasa 24 months. Ayan, so very affordable. We have 5 million minimum. And next, ito ang famous sa atin, ang Quantum Residences. As you can see, there, yung Tower 1 and Tower 2, these are still pre-selling. We have this studio, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom. So just to show you a sample computation, okay, yan. Para lang din may idea tayo, no? Kasi I'm sure you're interested and you're interested to know kung paano ba to. So this is a flexible payment term, no, without big discount. Ito nga yung na-mention kanina ni Ms. Tina, right? So for a studio, let's say at 21.50 square meter, this is 3.6 million. Ayan, round off na lang natin. And then a parking is separate. no? 1.6 million. So the total is 5.3. So paano ba to kung gusto ko na itong bilhin? Okay, you just have to reserve. So for example, this month, yan, 25,000. And then the 20%, no, yung down payment, hindi nyo babayaran to ng isang bagsakan. Babayaran nyo to stretch in 33 months. So that is 31,627.88 for the unit and the parking na yan. So now, dun sa balance na 80%, it can be, kung may naipon tayo, yan, pwede nating bayarang cash or pwede rin tayo mag-apply sa bank loan. So we can assist naman when it comes to bank loan. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. And syempre, kung may pre-selling, meron naman din kaming mga ready for occupancy, no? Depende na to sa requirement nyo. So, meron kaming tinatawag na lease to own. So, paano ba to? Okay, let's see. Ito yung aming mga terms when it comes to lease to own, no? Nagre-rent ka, pero ito kasi, ino-offer namin dun sa mga nag-i-inquire na pwede bang rent to own? Hindi ko muna kaya kasing bayaran, pero gusto ko nang tumira. Okay? So let's see na lang ito. Tingnan natin yung letter A. So paano ba to? Paano ba tong lease to own payment term? Para lang ma-explain ko. Next slide. Ayan. Okay. For our Sienna Tower, since this is ready for occupancy, no? Example, 1-bedroom unit, i-lease to own natin. This is 24 square meter. Ang pinili ay 15 months lease. Yan yung contract. So, the 10%, yan ang babayaran natin monthly in 15 months. Okay? Pero you don't have to wait na bayaran mo na yan ng bono. You can immediately live there. Pwede ka nang tumira. You just have to pay. Ayan, nakita natin yung initial payment of 122,000. So it covers an advance rent of 24,400 plus 4 months security deposit, 97,600. So yan yung babayaran plus forms and ID. So we will help you with that. So that is 24,400, makakatira ka na. Okay? Now, meron namang requirements na, oh, Cherry, gusto ko naman bumili ng ready for occupancy. So what's in it for me? All right. So ngayon, good news kasi we are offering up to 30% discount when it comes to our ready for occupancy units. Example lang, no? This is our project sa Quezon City along E. Rodriguez, 1-bedroom. So paano ba to? This is 20% down payment in 6 months. And then the balance can be paid through cash or bank financing. Magkano to? 5.8. Nakikita po ba natin ang discount? There, oo, tama, 28%. That is 1.6 million. So from 5.8, ang babayaran na lang or ang net price ng unit ay 4.2. So magre-reserve tayo 25,000 and then the 20% down payment will be stretched in 6 months. So yan na yung mga schedule ng ating payments. Ang laki ng discount. Diba? Okay. So with all those, I know pretty much you're wondering, oh, sige, alam ko na lahat yan. Alam ko na about federal land, pero paano ako mag-start? Okay, first is, of course, we have to talk, no? Kasi iba-ibang requirement yan, iba-ibang purpose of purchasing a property. So first, syempre, you have to provide your details, no? Complete email, address, number, and preferred schedule for unit viewing or virtual presentation. And then, kung gusto nyong virtual presentation, we will send the link to you based on your preference ng schedule. And then, with that meeting, we will discuss, no, and address all your concerns. Yan. Okay? And okay, pag busy naman, all right, Cherry, send mo na lang sa akin yung proposal. We can send proposals. What else? Virtual tour, just like this one. Yan. Para makita nyo yung actual model unit. And paano naman kung wala ako sa Pilipinas, nasa abroad ako, paano ko magbabayad? Of course, syempre, we have to reserve. Pwede yung wire transfer. Itong number 2, 3, and 4, number 2 and 3, yan, kung meron tayong kamag-anak dito or yung asawa natin or kapatid, nanay, pwede silang mag-reserve on your behalf. And then, pwede rin naman, meron kaming mga clients abroad that they do online banking. Yan. Even the monthly payments. Okay? So, ano ang mga requirements? Ayan, nakalista na po yung mga requirements dyan. You can screenshot and then pwede naman yung i-discuss during the virtual presentation. So, that's the importance of setting a meeting with you para at least mabigay namin yung pinaka-requirement nyo. Okay. So there, ayan. So if you have questions, you want to explore more about our projects, kasi we have a good network when it comes to projects, please feel free to contact us. And ito pa pala, good news din kasi we are offering a client referral program. So if you have friends, relatives, mga katrabaho nyo there, now you want to refer. Now, if it's successful, if they buy a property in federal land, you will earn a big referral fee for that. You just have to endorse them to us. Yan. Kami nang bahala. Mag-tripping, virtual presentation, proposals, yan. So mag-endorse lang kayo. All right, and lastly, before I end my presentation, for all our dear OFWs there in Dubai, we will be there on November 5 and 6. We will have a booth there. So please feel free to visit. Ayan, para at least you can see in person kung yung mga federal land representatives natin. And they can help you also when it comes to the consultation kung ano yung mga projects na gusto nyo. Okay? So that's it. Thank you very much.
Wow! Maraming salamat po sa pagbigay sa amin ng maayos at magandang mga ideya pagdating sa pag-i-invest sa Pilipinas. It was such an eye-opener for me, as we can sometimes tend to focus on the negatives that we forget that opportunities do abound when it comes to investing.
Totoo yan, Robbie. Kaya naman, ang laki ng pasasalamat ko kay Ms. Cherry and Ms. Ina for detailing every aspect of real estate investing. As someone who works in the industry, I am very proud of different investment and ownership schemes. And of course, inyo nabibisita sa Pilipinas soon, or baka naman may mga kamag-anak kayo na nandito na sa Pilipinas. If you're interested in any of the properties discussed, I'll be putting the short box, the contact details of Ms. Tina and Ms. Cherry, so we can schedule a tour around your preferred property. We'll be more happy to assist you around, diba? And as mentioned earlier by Ms. Cherry, federal land will be at the Philippine Property Investment Expo in Dubai. If you attend this in Dubai, or if you have friends in the area on November 5 and 6, 2022, please do visit our booth at the Crown Plaza Dubai, Sheikh Zayed Road, and registration there is free.
Oh, no. So that's really exciting, Paula. Now, from the real estate world, it's time to travel to the capital markets world. Joining us on our journey there is Mr. Andrew Leo Beltran, as he talks about the 8 online Filipino Wealth-builders, or OFW for short. The title perfectly fits our audience and theme for this afternoon. I vividly remember the time when, even as a local, it was quite hard to invest in our very own markets. But now, as you will all discover, it is quite easy to do so even from abroad. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce our next speaker. Mr. Andrew Leo Beltran is heading both the business development and market education teams of First MetroSec. He also sits in Metrobank's Financial Education Editorial Advisory Board. He was awarded as the Philippines Best Analyst and the Philippines Best Commentator in Asia Money Retails Polls 2022 and the 10 Outstanding Young Employees of the Philippines in 2013. Andoy is pretty much licensed to talk, teach, and sell every investment vehicle in the country, from stocks to mutual funds to bonds to real estate investment trusts and even exchange-traded funds. He is the president of San Beda Economics Alumni Association and the vice president of the Bosconian International Chamber of Commerce. And as a testament to him being a full-fledged investments guy, he keeps his investments diversified by running a number of businesses on the side, ranging from rental and agricultural properties to car modification to restaurants and even pet and plant shops. Again, to talk about the 8 online Filipino wealth builders, Mr. Andoy Beltran.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, of course, Robbie, for that wonderful intro. No, wherever in the world you may be, to our attendees, whether you're joining us from Zoom, dito sa Zoom meeting natin, or live on Facebook, as we always say, magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi, and lastly, magandang lalaki po ako sa inyong lahat. But in all seriousness, again, maraming salamat for joining us. If our federal land friends, no, if Tina and if Sherry talked about 8 reasons why the Philippines is still a very good investment hotspot. Ako naman, sabi nga ni Robbie, I'm going to talk about 8 OFWs or 8 online Filipino wealth builders. Kasi ito yung perfect Ito yung perfect avenue for our kababayans abroad to invest in the country, because most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about can either be managed, they can be monitored, or they can be bought online. No? Kaya 8 OFWs. No? While budgeting, maraming nagsasabi, every time you attend financial literacy programs like this, usually you hear people say, oh, dapat magtipid tayo, dapat marunong tayong mag-budget, dapat ganito, dapat ganyan. No? While I understand that budgeting and saving are both important, we have to admit to ourselves that they are not enough. Again, they're important, but they will never be enough. It's important that you know how to budget your money. It's important that you know how to manage your money. It's important that you have savings. It's important that you have emergency funds. But again, in all seriousness, hindi siya sapat, no? Tipid tayo ng tipid, pero yung mga binibili natin on a regular basis, pataas naman yung presyo, di ba? So that's why we need to learn how to invest. That's why we are helping Filipinos both here and abroad to understand how you can actually start investing. And again, my friends from Federal Land, si Tina and si Sherry, they made a fantastic job telling you guys about the promise of real estate investing and how you can actually start buying, how you can actually start investing in federal land. Now, ako naman, mag-uumpisa pa lang ako dito sa 8 OFWs ko, 8 online Filipino wealth builders. And let's begin with number 1, franchising. No? When you talk about franchising, you're actually buying a business. Most of our OFWs, they dream of running and managing their own businesses. Usually, yan yung ginagawa nila habang nasa ibang bansa sila. During those times na nasa labas kayo ng Pilipinas, madalas yung maliit na negosyo na napundar nyo, pinapamanage yan sa mga kamag-anak, sa mga kaibigan. For starters, usually, pag nagbubuo ka ng sarili mong negosyo, you spend somewhere within the vicinity of 100,000 to 1 million pesos. No? So in dollar terms, lalo na ngayon na pataas ang dollars, you're talking about $1,700 to $17,000, no, depending on the business that you'd like to open. Now, based on research, ang mga OFWs natin, usually ang ginagawa nila dyan, mga sari-sari store, madalas water refilling stations, minsan karinderya, especially if they're from a family who loves to cook. No? The challenge lang when it comes to building it yourself, ang challenge lang talaga sa pag-establish ng sarili mong negosyo is yung branding tsaka yung name recall. Kailangan mo talagang mag-exert ng effort, gumastos or maghintay ng konting panahon para mas makilala yung negosyo mo, para mas makilala ng market mo. Now, yung brand building, yun yung promotions, yung time spent growing the business. Actually, pwede mong ma-skip yun, pwede mong malampasan yun when you decide to just buy a franchise instead of building it your own. So kaya papasok tayo dito sa franchising. Since you're going to buy a business, since you're already going to buy a franchise with an already established brand, may pangalan na, meron ng following, no? you're going to have to pay extra. Kaya when you talk about buying a franchise, usually you're looking within the vicinity of 500,000 to about 30 million plus plus for the likes of, Jollibee, Chowking, Mang Inasal, no. So yun, sa totoo lang, when it comes to running a business, when it comes to buying a franchise, wala namang tama, walang mali, walang better, walang best option. Madalas nakadepende yan sa expertise mo when you're trying to run a business, or madalas nakabase yan sa budget mo when you're trying to open a franchise, lalo na if you're an OFW investor. But of course, meron din tayong option to continue owning a business. But this time, ikaw yung may-ari pero hindi ikaw yung magpapatakbo. You have the option to continue owning established brands without having to run, manage, and operate the business. At yan po yung naibibigay sa atin, no, na opportunity by way of buying shares of stocks. No? Let's talk about stock market investing. Etong stock market investing, this is made possible by buying shares of publicly listed stocks here in the Philippines. No? You're buying businesses, yung mga malalaking negosyo, mga established na negosyo dito sa Pilipinas, binibili mo sila, and in doing so, nagiging part owner ka na, nagiging shareholder, nagiging stockholder ka ng kumpanyang yon. Dito sa stock market investing, hindi mo kailangan ng hundreds of thousands, hindi mo kailangan ng kalahating milyon, hindi mo kailangan ng 30 million pesos to buy a franchise. All you need to have is at least 5,000 pesos, or again, in dollar terms, $85, just for you to get going. Investing in stocks, ito nagbibigay sa atin ng opportunity to become co-owners, no? Business owners. Ang kailangan lang natin is an active stock brokerage account. Ito lang yung kailangan mong buksan. Ito lang yung kailangan mong i-open. It will allow you to buy up to 300 listed stocks in the Philippines. Kung ayaw mong mamili dun sa 300, you actually have the option to just buy the best of the best, or the blue chips, or the PSEI. Paano ba ako kumikita dito, Andoy? Kailangan ko bang i-monitor yan? Kailangan ba akong magbili? Kailangan ba akong magbenta ng madalas? You actually earn from two ways. When you talk about stock market investing, you earn from price appreciation and at the same time, dividends, especially if you are buying the right kind of stocks. Again, when you talk about stock market investing, 5,000 pesos, $85, or kung gusto mong pag-ipunan yan, in 30 days, all you need to do is to save up 167 pesos kada araw. And by the 30th day, you're now ready to start investing in stock. So, madalas kasi, OFWs in particular, Filipinos shy away from stock market investing kasi iniisip nila mahirap tong gawin, iniisip nila para lang yan sa mga mayayaman, iniisip nila para yan sa mga taong nakakaintindi ng ekonomiya. But again, if you are associating yourselves, if you allow professionals like us, no, to help you, to guide you, it's going to be very easy, fairly easy for you to understand how you can invest in various investment outlets. No? Sabi ko nga, essentially, stock market investing allows us to own a business. It allows us to become business owners without having to run the business. No? You get to start owning businesses pero hindi ikaw yung nagpapatakbo ng negosyo. That's why it's perfect for our kababayans out there. It's perfect for OFWs kasi pwede mo pa rin magampanan yung trabaho mo. Hindi ka mamumroblema sa paghati ng time and attention mo kasi sabi mo, stock market investor ako. I'm a part owner of SM. I'm a part owner of Ayala. I'm a part owner of Metro Bank. Kailangan mag-monitor ako ng branches, kailangan mag-monitor ako ng performance nila. No need for you to do those things. So again, imagine owning a business without having to run your business, kaya makakapag-focus kayo sa trabaho nyo sa ibang bansa. Alright? Now, pasintabi po sa mga OFWs natin na nakakamiss ng Jollibee. No? But I'm just going to talk about Jollibee in terms of buying or being able to afford the Chop and Joy Super Meal. Ito isa sa mga pinaka-favorite ko to, especially pag sobrang pagod ako, especially pag sobrang gutom ako, or especially pag nagpapa-drive-through yung anak ko na mahilig sa Jollibee. So this is my go-to meal, Champ and Joy Super Meal. From 260 something a few months ago, right now it's about 270 something. You can afford to buy Champ and Joy Super Meal for 270 pesos. But don't you know, again, this is sort of a trivia. No? Mamaya may trivia tayo. Yung mga mananalo sa trivia game natin mamaya, you guys are going to get prizes from our federal land partners. But this trivia is all about investing in stocks. No? You can afford to buy Champ and Joy Super Meal for 270 pesos, but don't you know that you can actually buy one share of Jollibee for as little as 237. And the good thing about that is when you buy a share of Jollibee, you don't just own Jollibee. You're actually buying the Jollibee Food Corporation Group. And when you talk about buying shares of JFC, Jollibee Foods Corporation, that means apart from Jollibee, part owner din po kayo. Kahit nasa ibang bansa kayo, part owner din po kayo ng Greenwich, Chowking, Mang Inasal, Red Ribbon, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, Panda Express, FA24, Smash Burger, mostly in the United States. No? So what I'm trying to say here is let's all be methodical. Let's all be considerate, no, when it comes to spending. Kasi madali for us to spend a lot of money, but especially if alam natin kung ano yung mas magandang pwede nating paglagyan ng pera, when you buy Jollibee shares, every time your friends, every time your office mates, every time your family members go to Jollibee, always remember that a certain percentage of the money they use to buy food goes back to you because you are a part owner of Jollibee. Next example to our titos out there, 2 bottles every Friday, two bottles before the weekend. San Miguel Beer Grande now retails for 120 pesos. But don't you know that the company producing, the company manufacturing, the company making it possible for us to enjoy San Miguel Beer Grande, San Miguel Food and Beverage, is something you can buy for as little as 40 pesos per share. And again, when you buy San Miguel Food and Beverage, when you buy San Miguel FB, you don't just own San Miguel. You also get to own Pure Foods, Magnolia, Monterey, Star, Ginebra, San Miguel, and the likes. Diba? Another example, Piato Supersized Party Pack, 140 pesos per share. The company which owns Jack and Jill, Universal Robina Corporation, is something you can buy for as little as 115 pesos per share. Again, I'm talking about prices as of a week ago, September 22, 2022. Next example is our go-to. This is our favorite, no, mga Pinoy, lalo na sa akin, yung mga culinarily challenged Pinoy like me. Lucky Me Pancit Canton. A month ago, it's retailing for 10, 11 pesos. Right now, it's doing 12 again because of inflation. But magdadagdag lang ako ng konti. 12.96 as of last week. Magdadagdag lang ako ng almost 1 peso. I can already buy one share of Monde Nissin Corporation, the company responsible for bringing us Lucky Me Pancit Canton. Again, here in the Philippines and even outside the country. All right? Now, just a quick, sharing from my personal story, no. Hindi po ako galing sa isang mayamang pamilya. Kaya pinangako ko sarili ko actually after college, magiging disiplinado ako pagdating sa pera. I will regularly save and invest 30 to 40% of my sweldo. Again, this is me talking to my 2005 self. And up until now, I'm still doing that. Up until now, every time I receive something, every time I receive my sweldo, every time I get, profits from several businesses, I see to it that 30 to 40% of my profits gets reinvested. No? So, 2005, isa to sa mga pinakaunang pinag-investan ko, Jollibee, 2005. Kasi inisip ko, ang mindset ko noon, parang wala akong kilalang bata na ayaw sa Jollibee. Wala akong kilalang kaedad ko na ayaw sa Jollibee. Wala akong kilalang matanda na ayaw sa Jollibee, lalo na yung may mga anak. At ngayon, naiintindihan ko na kung bakit. I was able to buy my first set of Jollibee shares for 26 pesos per share. And I just kept on buying. Every first payday, kasama si Jollibee sa mga binibili kong investments. 2005 up until now. I keep on buying. Nung tumaas siya up to 328, I just bought. Nung bumaba siya, during the time of the pandemic, 90 pesos per share, 94, I just bought. Until naka-recover siya ng konti, again, a week ago, 237 pesos. So what I'm trying to say here is, I just had some sort of discipline. I just had a simple plan of attack. And that's essentially what I've been doing the past 14, 15, how many years. No? And the Jollibee continues to be part of my investment plan. But again, this is capital appreciation. When I buy low and I sell high. But over that course of time, I've actually never sold Jollibee pa. Ang pinaka-recent na binenta ko was some 6-7 years ago, when I left BPI, I sold my BPI shares at yun yung ginamit ko to fund my wedding. But when it comes to Jollibee, I just keep on buying. No? Bakit? Because of dividends. Sabi nga natin, when you talk about stock market investing, you earn from two ways. You earn from two sources. You earn from capital appreciation when you buy low and sell high. You also earn by way of dividends. And because I am co-owning Jollibee shares from 2005 up until now, every time nagde-declare ng dividends si Jollibee, maaambunan ako, mababahagian ako ng konti. Pre-pandemic, I was able to receive a total of 2 pesos 58 centavos from Jollibee. And ang kalakaran kasi sa dividends, it gets multiplied by the number of shares that you own. So conservatively, for example, I was able to accumulate, let's say, 100,000 shares from 2005 to 2019. That pretty much means that before taxes, I was able to get 258,000 pesos from Jollibee alone, dividends alone, 2019 alone. But this was the pre-pandemic era. So let's talk about 2020, during the height of the pandemic. Maraming negosyo ang nagsara, maraming mga kababayan natin, maraming mga Pilipino ang nawalan ng trabaho. But when you talk about Jollibee, hindi naman sila nagpabaya when you talk about dividends. Because 2020, I was able to receive a total of 1 peso 30 centavos from Jollibee. That's around 131,000 pesos. And I'm not complaining. Because again, this is still 131,000 pesos. This is from Jollibee's dividends. This is from 2020 during the height of the pandemic. And sino ba naman ako para magreklamo during these trying times, diba? So that's my story from Jollibee. I also happen to have a story to share about Meralco. I'm not just paying my Meralco bill every month end, no? Because part naman ng second payday of the month ko itong Meralco, and I'm talking about buying Meralco shares. Ganun din siya, 2005, naisip ko Meralco, isama ko sa Jollibee, pero second payday because itong Meralco parang meron siyang monopoly dito sa Greater Metro Manila area. Siya yung namo-monopolize niya yung power generation and power distribution dito sa Greater Metro Manila area. So, Meralco, I was able to buy my first set of Meralco shares for 12. I just kept on buying every second payday of the month from 2005 up until now. I was able to buy when it peaked to about 400. I was able to buy when it dropped to about 189 during the height of the pandemic. And a week ago, it's doing 305 pesos per share. So again, this is capital appreciation. I have yet to sell Meralco again because of dividends. No? So 2019, I was able to receive a total of 1605 from Meralco. And in peso terms, before taxes, that's a 1.6 million pesos. Dividends alone, Meralco alone, 2019 alone. Pre-pandemic. During the height of the pandemic, from 1.6 million pesos, it went down, but not significantly, to about 1.5. So what I'm trying to say here is, guys, I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to, get your admiration, whatnot. All I'm really trying to say here is, if I was able to do it, with very little to begin with, if I was able to do it, bakit hindi nyo kayang gawin? All I had was a plan. All I had was some sort of consistency. All I had was a little bit of discipline. Kailangan ng disiplina dito and konting sacrifice kasi yung pera na pinambibili ko ng Jollibee, yung pera na pinambibili ko ng Meralco, it's something na pwede ko sanang ipambili ng groceries. Ito para pwede sanang ipambili ng mags ng sasakyan, pwedeng ipambili ng sapatos. But those are expenditures, those are expenses na hindi ko piniling gawin, hindi ko piniling bilhin because I had better plans, no? Pwede nating gawin yon, madali para gumastos, but if you are thinking about yourself, if you're thinking about your future, lalo na ako ngayon, I'm not just saving, I'm not just investing for myself. I'm now saving and investing for my family. I'm saving and investing for my family's future, for my kids' future, no? So what I'm trying to say here is, kailangan lang ng konting disiplina, kailangan alam mo lang kung ano yung gagawin mo, kailangan alam mo kung ano yung bibilin mo, at konting sakripisyo, and then this is something that I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to start experiencing sooner rather than later, especially if you begin the soonest time possible. Which brings me to the third option, the third OFW, the third online Filipino wealth builder, we're talking about bonds. We're talking about government and corporate bonds. Ito yung pagpapautang natin sa gobyerno at sa mga kumpanya na gustong lumaki, gusto pang mag-expand. Ito yung bond market, no, na kaya nating bilhin, kaya nating mag-umpisa. Again, for as little as 5,000 pesos or $85. Bond investing can give you a predictable stream of income. Kaya nga ang tawag natin sa kanya fixed income securities. It helps us preserve our capital, especially if we hold on to our possession until it matures. Dalawa din ang source of income natin dito. Kung sa stocks, kumikita tayo sa capital appreciation and dividendo because we're part owners. Dito naman, dahil tayo ang nagpapautang, kumikita tayo from capital appreciation and the regular coupon interest payments. Bond market investing allows us to offset stock market volatility. So magandang kakombo siya ng stock market investments. And at the same time, yun nga, for as little as 5,000 pesos, minsan nga from time to time, naglalabas ang Bureau of the Treasury ng premium bonds na minimum is 500 pesos lang. No? You may start investing and you may start making money through the bond market. Numbers 4 and 5, pagsamahin na natin sila because they're pretty similar. You're talking about mutual funds and unit investment trust funds. Collectively, we call them pooled funds. Ang ibig sabihin lang nito, kinukuha ng mutual fund companies, kinukuha ng ng trust banks, no, yung pera natin at pinagsasama-sama. Nagiging magkakasosyo tayo pagdating sa investing. We talk about pooled funds. It combines the best features of bonds and stocks. At ito, kagaya ng bonds at stocks, pwede nating umpisahang mag-invest for as little as 5,000 pesos or $85. No? Paano natin malalaman, paano kami makakatulong para makasigurado kayo na totoo, legitimate yung mutual fund company at UITF na gusto mong pag-investan? It's fairly easy to research because all you need to do is to visit www.sec.gov.ph for mutual funds and www.bsp.gov.ph for unit investment trust funds. It allows you instant investment, it gives you instant investment diversification kasi pag bumili ka lang ng isang mutual fund, pag bumili ka lang ng isang unit investment trust fund, sa loob nun, meron ka na agad mga 20, 30 to 40 different types of investments. So imagine, isa lang yung binili mo pero maraming laman. It gives you access to high income outlets na individually hindi natin kayang bilhin. It's very liquid, pwede kang bumili anytime you want, pwede kang magbenta anytime you need. Its earnings, lalo na ang mutual funds, their earnings are exempt from capital gains tax. At alam naman natin, kapag ang isang bagay ay hindi nabubuwisan, mas malaki ang kinikita natin, mas malaki ang take-home natin from our investments. Isa sa pinakamagandang selling point ng pooled funds is because you get to outsource the decision-making, you get to outsource the fund management, and you get to outsource the monitoring sa mga expert fund managers. So again, it's perfect for OFWs kasi during those times na tumatakbo ang investments market dito sa Pilipinas, lalo na doon sa mga ibang time zone ng Pilipinas, hindi nyo na monitor yung market, nagpapahinga kayo, natutulog kayo, nagre-recharge kayo. So what mutual funds and unit investment trust fund managers has to offer is, sige, pili ka lang ng funds mula sa amin, tapos kami na yung magna-manage niyan para sa'yo. So meron kang trabahador, meron kang empleyado, meron kang sarili mong fund manager na expert sa investing at siya ang nagdedesisyon para sa'yo. Yun yung trabaho niya, gumawa ng pera galing sa perang ininvest mo. At again, for as little as 5,000 pesos or 167 pesos a day over 1 month, it will give you the opportunity to invest in pooled funds, mutual funds, and unit investment trust funds. Number 6 in our list is exchange traded funds. Ito, pa-hybrid to, no? Padagdag ng features because ang exchange traded fund, it gives you the best features of pooled funds, stocks, and bonds in one. Yan ang pinakamabilis na description ng exchange traded funds, no. So an ETF is an affordable, a simple, a tradable investment outlet na kapag binili mo ng umaga, pwede mo siyang ibenta ng hapon. Pwede mo siyang ibenta a few minutes, a few hours after because wala siyang holding period. It combines the best features of bonds, stocks, and funds. and invests your money in the best stocks in the Philippines. So ito yung exchange traded fund na kaya nating bilhin na mas mura for as little as 1,500 pesos or 50 pesos kada araw. Ano ba yung sinasabi natin dito na best stocks in the Philippines, no? When you buy an exchange traded fund, sa Pilipinas kasi nag-iisa lang ang ETF, no? It's First Metro ETF or First Metro Exchange Traded Fund. When you invest at least 1,500 pesos in FM ETF, it gives you ownership. It gives you investments in the best in the best companies, in the top companies in the Philippines like Metrobank, Aboitiz, ICTSI, BPI, of course, pinag-usapan natin kanina, Jollibee, PLDT, Universal Robina Corporation, Emperador, SM Prime, Converge, GT Capital, of course, our parent firm, together with Federal Land, Monde Nissin, Meralco, another company na pinag-usapan natin kanina, San Miguel Corporation, Pure Gold, and everything else. So you're looking at 30 of the best companies in the Philippines. Their logos, you're familiar with them, they're flashed in front of you. You get to own all of them simply by buying FM ETF for as little as 1,500 pesos. Number 7, ito, napag-usapan na natin to, no? You were already briefed about real estate investments by our partners from Federal Land, so let me just make it very quick. Real estate properties, the reason why it's shooting up, no, pagdating sa presyo, sabi nga ni Cherry kanina, no, pataas ng pataas yung appreciation ng presyo, and you're just talking about the price per square meter because of high demand. Halos lahat ng tao, whether here or abroad, OFW man yan or OFW family, gustong magkaroon ng sariling bahay, gustong magkaroon ng sariling condo unit, gustong magkaroon ng sariling lupa sa probinsya. Ang problema, hindi naman nanganganak ng bakanteng lote yung Pilipinas, so mababa ang supply. That's why pataas ng pataas ang presyo. High demand, low supply. The good thing about real estate investing is hindi mo naman siya kailangang ibenta for you to make money off of it. Bumili ka ng condo, bumili ka ng unit from Federal Land, hindi mo siya kailangang ibenta for you to make money. Pwede mong iparenta, pwede mong ipa-lease, and you make money off of it while you're paying it off, no? Ang problema, kailangan nating paghandaan din yung mga bagay na usually, no, hindi natin na-factor in sa decision making. Kailangan meron tayong extrang pera for repairs and maintenance, lalo na kung gamit na yung property na nabili natin. Kailangan nating magtabi ng pera for insurance, kailangan nating magtabi ng pera, especially every year, no, for amilyar or property tax. Kapag ready na tayong kunin ni Lord or pag ready na tayong ibigay, bitawan ng isang property, kailangan magbayad ng mga maiiwan natin ng estate tax, or kailangan nating magbayad ng donor's tax if we're going to give it away while we're still alive. And of course, from time to time, lalo na kung sabi ko nga, no, medyo may edad na yung property, we need to spend a considerable amount of money to renovate and remodel. And that's why it's very important for us to understand paano ko magkakaroon ng pera, paano ko masisigurado na I'm ready to take that step, to take that leap, no, into real estate investing. But for you na medyo namamahalan pa or hindi pa handa or wala pang enough na liquidity, wala pang enough na pera para mag-down payment at makipag-usap kila Tina at Cherry, this is perhaps the closest thing we can think of, no? And we're now down to the last OFW, the last online Filipino wealth builder, because I'm going to talk about real estate investment trusts or REITs, no? Nasabi na nga natin na hindi ganun kadaling bumili ng real estate property. But real estate investment trusts, they combine the best features of real estate investing and fund and bond investing. So that's real estate investment trusts, something you can buy for as little as 3,000 pesos or $50, no? REITs allow Filipinos to co-own income-generating real estate assets because REITs require very minimal capital. So hindi mo na kailangang mangutang. Imagine for 3,000 pesos or $50, pwede kang mag-umpisang mag-invest sa real estate properties dito sa Pilipinas. It provides you instant asset diversification kasi kapag bumili ka ng isang REIT, lahat ng laman ng REIT property na yon, whether gusto mo or ayaw mo, pagmamayari mo. You're talking about malls, hospitals, office buildings, parking lots, warehouses, industrial complexes, no? Lahat ng income generating properties na ibinabato nila sa loob ng real estate investment trust company, pagmamayari mo. ang kailangan mo lang gawin dito, dapat meron kang account with an accredited online stock brokerage firm. No need for you to spend on insurance, no need for you to spend on maintenance, no need for you to spend on remodeling, on renovation. Meron ka ring professional fund managers dito. Kung sa mutual funds at UITFs, meron kang fund manager. Sa REITs, mas social ka kasi 3 yung manager mo. Meron kang property manager, meron kang admin manager, and again, from the investment side of things, you have a fund manager of your own. It's very liquid, very easy to sell, very easy to buy. Guaranteed dividends. Ito yung selling point naman ng REITs because 90% meron pong REIT law na nagsasabi na 90% ng mga kinikita ng real estate investment trust company dapat ibinabahagi o ibinabalik sa atin ng investors sa pamamagitan ng dividends, and they get to pay it off every 3 months. So imagine waking up every 3 months to the tune of dividend payments from your real estate investment trusts. No? And again, for as little as 3,000 pesos or 100 pesos kada araw, pwede na po tayong mag-invest at mag-ipon para sa investments natin sa real estate investment trust. So, habang nag-iipon tayo, nag-iipon tayo ng pambili or ng pang-down payment sa dream federal land property natin, makakatulong mas mapabilis sa paglago ng pera natin ang pag-invest. No? And the good thing is, kahit ano yun dyan sa mga pinag-usapan natin na 8 OFWs ang piliin mo, franchise, business, stocks, funds, bonds, ETFs, REITs, makakatulong yan kasi you're not just investing for yourself, you're investing for your family. And the good thing is you're also investing for the Philippines' nation-building efforts, the Philippines' recovery efforts. That's why we keep on telling you, no, the best time for you to start investing might have been 20 years ago, 20 days ago, 20 months ago, but the second best time for you to start investing may actually be now. All right. And in speaking of getting something back, we can get interest, of course, from a lot of them. We can get earnings from all of them. But I'm telling you, major economic crisis, they're always followed by a major economic boom. No? Nung nangyari sa 1998 Asian financial crisis, bumagsak ang stock market, bumagsak ang ekonomiya. But what happened after? Nag-recover. Maraming tao ang kumita ng pera because they invested during the crisis, the time of crisis. 2018, 2019, global financial crisis, bumagsak ang ekonomiya, bumagsak ang stock market. But what happened after? The market recovered, the economy recovered, and a lot of people still made money, but most of them made lots of money because they invested during the time of the crisis. And ito, nangyayari sa atin ngayon, COVID-19 pandemic, Russia-Ukraine tensions, what's happening to the economy right now, bagsak ang ekonomiya, bagsak ang stock market, but what's going to happen next? If history will keep on repeating itself, the economy will and should be able to recover. But the trick here is, for you to be able to make money during the recovery phase, you should start investing now. And that's what we'll keep on telling you. You look at the long-term growth trajectory, you have stocks, you have mutual funds, you have ETFs, you have bonds and REITs at your disposal. And First Metro Sec will make it possible for you to invest on those. Quick reminder, you can't create something out of nothing. You only get multiple streams of income if you create multiple sources of income. Dun sa mga familiar sa atin dito, no, Lazada and Shopee, they happen to be the biggest online stores in the Philippines, but they don't sell an item. Wala silang binibenta, they just own the platform. Grab, largest taxi company in the Philippines, but they don't own a car. They outsource everything. They just own the platform. Facebook, its biggest social media company but has no content. Wala silang pinopost, wala silang influencer, whatnot. They just provide us with a platform. And we'd like to be mentioned in the same breath as these market disruptors because ang gusto naman naming mangyari, we want to help Filipinos make millions without having millions. And again, this is made possible by way of a number of investment options brought to you by First Metro Sec and Federal Land. So kung dati, para sa mga OFWs, para makapag-umpisa kayong mag-invest, kailangan nyo pumunta dito, kailangan nyo umuwi ng Pilipinas, kailangan nyo mag-fill out ng forms, kailangan nyo magpa-consularize ng mga dokumento, kailangan nyo ng malaking halagang pera para makapag-umpisang mag-invest. Again, lumang tugtugin na po yan. Hindi na po ganyan yung nangyayari ngayon. Because ngayon, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin, you can either download our mobile app, you can just go to our website to open an account, accomplish the online form, take a selfie, upload the required documents, and just place an initial investment of 5,000 pesos. That 5,000 pesos is consumable. So pag ginamit mo siya to activate your account, by the time your account gets activated, that 5,000 pesos is readily investable. There's no such thing as a minimum maintaining balance. No? Always remember, especially to our attendees here on Zoom and live on Facebook, when you get asked by the system, how did you learn about us? Just click seminar or event and type in our special event code Federal Land para po exempted na kayo sa video interview requirement. So that means you get to activate your account faster and you can start investing sooner, the soonest time possible, diba? So to our OFW, sobrang dali rin pong mag-fund ng account. We have lots of online options, and you can also remit and transfer funds from your remittance partner to our various bank accounts for you to be able to fund your account. No? And speaking of getting something back, no, of course, we happen to have lots of online communities out there, because we believe that a community that learns together earns together. So we have, kung masaya kayo dito sa mga natututunan nyo sa amin, you may want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, First Metro Securities, for the recorded versions of our previous webinars and lots of tutorials. You might want to scan the screen in front of you to get the QR code to our Viber community, which is right now more than 4,000 members strong. Again, take a screenshot of this, the screen in front of you, to be able to direct you to our official Facebook community, which is right now doing about 35,000 strong na. Because again, when you surround yourselves with like-minded people, when you surround yourselves with people who'd like to save, with people who'd like to invest, nag-iengganyo rin kayo eh. So that's the reason why we are building these communities for you, para pag meron kayong tanong, sila yung sasagot kasama namin. At pag merong mga ibang mga mas baguhan na magtatanong, isa kayo sa mga sumusubok na tumulong sa kanila. Just like a normal community would. No? So for more information, lalo na sa mga OFWs natin, we have a 24/7 online e-help center. You may visit via www.help.firstmetrosec.com.ph. And of course, again, to our OFWs, because you are special and because you need extra care and attention, alam namin, kadalasan iba ang time zone nyo. Kung meron kayong concerns about account opening, kung existing account holder na kayo at meron kayong tanong sa account nyo, password reset, and anything, any concerns from our OFW clients, please remember that we have a dedicated team to serve you. We have an OFW desk for you guys, and you may get in touch with them by emailing ofwdesk@firstmetrosec.com.ph. And before I leave you, again, please allow me to remind you, to my friends, no, based in Dubai, sa mga na-meet ko sa some 3-4 years ago sa DTI, trabaho, negosyo, kabuhayan program ng Department of Trade and Industry in UAE. Please do take a screenshot of this. Please do scan the QR code in front of you, or perhaps go to www.ppie.ae/registration for you to be able to get free admission dito sa Philippine Property and Investments Expo. And again, please do visit. Please make sure that you visit our Federal Land Partners' booth over there for you to be able to win on-site, no? Para magbibigay daw sila ng freebies sa mga makakapagbigay at makakapagpakita sa kanilang screenshot that you learned about the program because of this webinar. So there you have it. On behalf of Team First Metrosec and Team Federal Land, this has been Andoy Beltran, leaving you with this reminder. Guys, investing is not just about being better financially. Investing is also about creating a better future for you and your family. And lastly, if you keep on spending and spending and spending money, especially para sa mga hindi importanteng bagay, you're just going to keep on losing and losing and losing money. But if you see to it that you invest, no matter how small the amount is, parang yung pinag-umpisahan natin, parang yung pinag-umpisahan ko, kahit pa konti-konti yan, especially for as long as you do that consistently, konting disiplina, konting sakripisyo, you'll eventually realize, you'll eventually find out that it's growing, it's slowly growing and growing and growing, and it's leading you closer and closer and closer to your dream goals. So again, Maraming salamat po for attending. Maraming salamat po for joining us this Wednesday afternoon. And that being said, I now turn the floor over to our hosts for the next portion of the program. Maraming
All
salamat.
right. Thank you for that, Sir Andal. I never knew that there were so many investment options out there for OFWs. It really is a far cry for just 10 years ago when you had to go physically into investment houses just to begin investing, diba? Because nowadays I can do almost everything from the comfort of my home.
That's correct, Paula, and that is truly something that First Metro Securities strives to do. We believe in making investing accessible for every Filipino, and this webinar is but one way of letting our fellow countrymen and women know. So if you feel you are ready to jump into the exciting world of investing, do not hesitate to contact First Metro Securities. I will put in the chat box below the email addresses of both our customer service and new accounts departments to help you get started on your investing journey.
Sounds great, Robbie. And I'm sure plenty of our attendees today will be trying to know more about your services. That's not all we have planned for today, though. Up next is our fun and exciting trivia game where our participants can win awesome prizes.
Okay, so our participants may join the game by scanning the QR code on the screen right now, or by going to www.menti.com and using the passcode shown on the screen. For easier verification, especially for our eventual winners, kindly input your real name when registering on the game platform. The trivia questions will appear on your preferred device and you will be given 10 seconds to answer. To get more points, you need to answer correctly as fast as you can. The top 5 scorers in the final leaderboard shall win various prizes from Federal Land based on their rankings. Winners shall provide their email addresses to receive instructions on how to claim their respective prizes from Federal Land. So, are you ready, everyone? So, let's see kung ilan na po yung sumasali. Ayan, so we're seeing a lot, Paula.
Yes, Sir Rob.
Ayan, so let's wait a few more seconds for the others to join in. Again, you can go to the website menti.com and use the code 8791-9584. Ayan, so Paula, do you think okay na to? Mukhang marami na sila.
Siguro pwede na yan. Or pwede na yan, sir. Nasa 21. 22.
Ayun.
Siguro mga 25. Pwede na
25,
tayo
okay. So there's 23. 2 more po, no? Pwede pa humabol. Baka kayo yung
Yan,
manalo
isa
ng
na lang.
prizes. One more. Ayun. Okay. So we can
Alright.
finally begin. Okay. So please answer as quickly as you can. Paula?
So first question, how many years has Federal Land has been in the real estate business? Yan. Alright. Okay, time's up.
And 50 years. Ayun, 12 people got it correctly. Congratulations. So let's see our leaderboard. Okay, Fred Guzman is currently at number 1. So we move on to our next question.
Yes, Sir Rob.
Sigurado bang makakatanggap ka ng dividends pag nag-invest ka sa stock market? Yes or no?
Time's up.
And 18 people got it correctly. So hindi po siya sigurado. Pwede, depende sa kumpanya, pero hindi sigurado. So let's look at the leaderboard once more. Okay, so now AJ is leading, followed by
Galing.
very closely Armando,
Oo.
no? 2 points lang.
Ang bilis yung sumagot. No?
Ah,
Alright. Question number 3. What is the name of the hotel owned by and developed by Federal Land in BGC? F1 Hotel Manila, Grand Hyatt Hotel Manila, or Seda BGC? Ano kaya?
yan. Let's see.
15 of our attendees ang nagsagot ng Grand Hyatt Hotel Manila. So yung Grand Hyatt is isa siya sa federal-owned hotel dito sa BGC.
Ayun. So let's see our leaderboard once more. We're halfway through the trivia game. And let's see. AJ still in the lead, but hinahabol siya ni Miss Keiichi Sendanya. And we move on to our next question. The 4th question. Kailangan ko bang umuwi sa Pilipinas para makapagbukas ng investment account sa First Metro Securities? So is it no or yes? And this was reiterated, no, by Sir Andoy kanina. Time's up. And no is correct, no? So I'm happy to see that 21 of you got it correctly. Hindi na po kailangan. Pwede kayo makapag-open kahit wala kayo sa Pilipinas. So let's see who got it, who's now leading. No, a lot of people got it correctly. And it's still AJ, Sir AJ, no? Followed by Miss Leanne Paguta. Next question. Miss Paula, I think you're still on mute. Ayan.
What is the name of the Japanese residential project of Federal Land in Ortigas? Grand Midori Ortigas, Avida Towers, Verge, or the Spectrum?
Let's see. 3, 2, 1.
Wow, halos lahat nakuha yung tamang sagot.
Yes, nakikinig
Yes.
talaga sila.
Totoo.
And our leaderboard, let's see who is now leading. And still, Sir AJ, followed by Miss Leanne pa din. No? So we maintain the top 2.
Mhm.
Last question for the trivia game. Gaano kalaki or kaliit na halaga ang kailangan ko upang makapagbukas ng investment account sa First Metro Sec? Is it 5,000, 500,000, 50,000, or sorry, 5,500,000, 50,000, or 5,000? Ayun, I'm happy to see na a lot of you got it correctly. So madaling-madali na po makapag-invest ngayon. So let's see, Paula, no, kung sino yung ating winners. Again, we will name top
Yes.
5. Ayun. So si Sir AJ, if I'm not mistaken, no, Sir AJ ang ating grand winner, but we will have 4 more winners as well, no? So congratulations.
And congratulations to all of our winners. What an exciting race to finish. For our winners, please make sure to provide the necessary details later on to be able to claim your prize. We are glad to see that a lot of you participated and that you remember clearly all the details presented by our speakers.
I completely agree, Paula, no? For the OFW that wishes to maximize his or her investable funds, we sincerely hope the vast array of options laid out by our speakers this afternoon will help you get on the right track. Still, I'm quite sure you have questions in mind.
That's true, Robbie. In fact, I'm seeing questions in both the chat box and private messages. We will try to get through as many as we can, so please keep on sending.
Yeah. So before we enter the Q&A session, may I ask our speakers to once again turn on their mics and their cameras as we ask some questions. No, may nag-PPM po sa amin ni Paula. ng mga questions.
Yes, tama.
Okay, would you like to go first, Paula?
Sige, sir. So, itong question is for Miss Tina and Miss Cherry. Alright, so, sa mga nakausap niyo pong Pinoy at na OFW, ano ang kalimitang dahilan nila kung bakit real estate investment ang kanilang napiling pondo? Miss Tina?
Ayan. So, yan, can you hear me? So,
Yes.
na-discuss natin kanina, napakagandang question yan. Maraming factors bakit patok pa rin somehow sa mga OFW ang pag-invest sa real estate, di ba? One of the factors is, of course, low exposure to the pandemic. As alam naman natin, hindi siya masyado naapektuhan during these trying times. Apart from that, low risk ang investment sa real estate. So, andyan lang siya, pwedeng nag-i-increase na rin ang capital appreciation niya over time. Especially now na naglulusin na ang ating restriction. So, tumataas na ulit ang demand ng properties, just like what Andoy mentioned, di ba? In fact, Philippines is ranked number 7 in top 10 best countries to invest in post-pandemic according sa ating sources na Moody's Investor Service. So, ayan.
Miss Cherry, kayo po, ano po yung insight niyo about?
For me, yung insight ko kasi, syempre, it's because of hard work, diba? The purpose of working abroad is to provide for the family, not only with the education, diba? With the expenses, but importantly is to provide a home for them. Yun yung lagi kong na-experience when it comes to servicing OFWs. And yun ang talagang fulfillment pagdating sa pag-provide ng home for the family.
Right. Thank you, Miss Cherry. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Tina.
you.
Okay, and this next question also sent via PM is going to be addressed to Sir Andoy, no? And ang tanong niya, possible ba for me to open a joint account with my wife who is in the Philippines?
Yeah. Again, thank you. No, but before I address that question, I would just like to thank our participants who were sending over PM sa akin. I made sure na lahat ng mga nag-PM on Zoom answered na. There were even attendees who added me on Facebook just to ask questions. So, hi, hello. Question, pwede bang mag-open ng account with my wife na nandito sa Pilipinas? You can actually do that. First MetroSec, we happen to have, apart from an individual investment account, pwede rin po kayong mag-open ng joint accounts. Yung joint account namin, up to 4 participants yun. So pwedeng the husband, the wife, and then 2 kids. Apart from that, pwede rin po sa mga bata, no? If below 18 years old, for example, yung anak nyo and you'd like to start investing for and with them, meron din po kaming option for you to open an in-trust for account. Usually, yung ginagawa nila doon, nag-iipon sila, nag-invest sila on a regular basis, and then by the time the kid turns 18, they give that account as a gift, either a gift or kino-convert to a personal account or ginagawang joint account. But again, it's a pretty very good gift. It serves a milestone to a certain extent. Kasi marirealize ng bata na by the time he or she turns 18, that the parents, yung parents niya, ganun na katagal na nag-iipon at nag-i-invest para sa kanya. So yun, I do hope we were able to, answer that question.
Thank you so much, Sir Andoy. And we actually have a lot more questions, no, coming in via PM, but we will be addressing them na lang po privately, no, in the interest of time. So I would like to thank everyone, especially our speakers, for gamely answering our questions. It's great to see the huge level of interest by our audience this afternoon. Again, for those whose questions were not answered, or in case you think of one later on, please look at the chat box for the contact details of Federal Land and First Metro Securities representatives that will be able to help you. Additionally, if you have questions that are related to First Metro Securities, you can visit our 24/7 online help desk, as mentioned by Sir Andoy kanina, at help.firstmetrosec.com.ph to read up on our frequently asked questions.
Thank you, Robbie. Before I let go of our speakers, perhaps they would like to share some closing thoughts. Ms. Cherry, may we ask you to go first in giving your final thoughts for our attendees?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for attending this webinar. No, it's been a pleasure being with you, even virtually. Yan, no? Marami rin nag-attend. And just one tip lang, take advantage of this opportunity and will help you when it comes to providing your first investment for your own dwelling. So that's it. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Cherry. Sir Andoy, may we ask the same from you?
Yeah, again, thank you for choosing to spend your Wednesday, again, morning, afternoon, or evening with us. Maraming salamat, and I do hope we get to catch you in our next set of events, whether First MetroSec or Federal Land, or First MetroSec and Federal Land Collab. Tapos yun, if you happen to have concerns, if you happen to have requests, most importantly, ito naman yung pag-usapan natin sa susunod, you guys know where to get in touch with us para at least yun yung gagawin natin sa susunod na webinar. Alright?
All right. Thank you, Sir Anoy. And lastly, Ms. Tina, may we get your closing remarks for this event?
Ayan, sige. So, sana marami tayong natutunan sa webinar ngayon. Again, ang learning, dapat nag-diversify tayo ng ating savings. Pag nasa bank lang yan, hindi yan gaano lumalaki talaga. So, given the options presented kanina, napakaraming options na pwede nating gawing pagkaroon ng pag-investment. So, marami tayong mapagpipilian. So, ayun, good afternoon everyone and happy hump day.
Thank you so much, Miss Tina. So there you have it. No? Once again, on behalf of First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation, I would like to express my thanks to everyone in the audience who took time out of their busy schedules to join us this afternoon.
And on behalf of Federal Land Inc., we sincerely hope you learn a lot and that these insights and lessons will make your investment journey not just more profitable, but also more enjoyable. Again, we will be having an event in Dubai on November 5 and 6, and we sincerely hope to see you there in person. Have a great evening and please keep safe. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Every great vision begins with a blue sky and the imagination to see endless possibilities. An open mind, a keen eye, an understanding of how today lays the groundwork for tomorrow, and the boldness to give form and structure to that vision. This is how Federal Land was built. A natural progression from its leaders' passion for architecture. Federal Land was founded on a commitment to build communities that reflect the character of their location and the energy of the times. GT Tower International stands even taller, with a clear view of what lies ahead. Representing Federal Land's promise to build places for progress with the expertise, integrity, and care we bring into every venture. Structural integrity and strong engineering are the guiding forces behind each new development. From the time we lay the foundation of every home or tower, we harness technology and expertise to construct well-built spaces that adapt to people's changing lifestyles without compromising our standards of safety, durability, and quality. When we build, beauty and symmetry are key. We strike that elusive balance between remarkable architecture and innovative design. We are creating modern-day structural icons that reflect the country's progress. We are creating living spaces where people's days, routines, and experiences constantly take place. Where they strive to be better every day. Where connections are made and communities are shaped. As we build communities, we create distinct lifestyles that give each resident a sense of belonging. We are becoming part of a larger global community of enterprises. International brands with a reputation for quality and a vision we share. Our alliances with some of the most prestigious companies in the world have placed the Philippines in the global arena, while bringing some of the world's best within every Filipino's reach. We bring the same trust and commitment to our local partnerships with industry leaders in the Philippines. We understand that every home is a space for life, constantly in motion. That's why our presence is felt beyond construction. From a dedicated property manager that takes care of your safety and comfort, and an unparalleled living experience that will let you enjoy life to the fullest. As we build places for progress and spaces for life, our focus is clear: the Filipino. We are reshaping the skyline, one structure at a time. Imagining and building the future. With you.
We put your future first. Backed by the Metrobank Group, First Metrosec provides the best service through different tools and platforms. You can invest in multiple assets in pesos and US dollars. Diversify your portfolio with the country's leading managed funds through FundSmart, and gain access to the country's best trading platforms through web or level up with Pro. Plus trade anywhere with First Metrosec Go. All this and more through the trusted and multi-awarded First Metrosec. Easily open your account today. Start your investment journey today with First Metrosec. Here's how to open your account online. First, go to the First Metrosec website and click Open an Account. Select whether you're a Metrobank account holder or other bank depositor. For a seamless application, prepare these requirements in advance. Tax identification number or TIN. An active email address. Valid ID with 3 signatures on a white paper. Proof of bank account and proof of address. For non-Metrobank account holders, a PRC ID or driver's license is required. You must also make an initial deposit of at least 5,000 pesos or $100 US, which you can use to invest in stocks, funds, and bonds. There is no maintaining balance required. Once all of the requirements are prepared, you may proceed. Next, completely accomplish all the online forms. Once done, you will receive an email verification. Just click the link on the email to proceed. Then, upload the required documents you've prepared. And that's it, you are now done with your application. Note that it will take 2 to 3 business days to activate your account. Once your account is activated, you can access your First Metrosec account through your desktop or laptop, tablet, or phone through the First Metrosec Go app. For more information, visit our help center at help.firstmetrosec.com.ph. All the options and convenience within your reach through International Finance's best online broker and best online trading platform for 4 years in a row. With First Metrosec, it's your future first.
The Philippines has one of the fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia, with notable performances in the real estate industry, insurance and financial industries, and business process outsourcing companies from its central business districts. Bonifacio Global City, as the newest and fastest growing central business district, is home to residential condominiums, multinational companies, international schools, embassies, places of worship, healthcare facilities, parks, the Philippine Stock Exchange, and the world-class Grand Hyatt Manila. Federal Land Incorporated, one of the most trusted real estate developers in the country, has partnered with two Japanese giants in residential and retail development, Nomura Real Estate and Isetan Mitsukoshi Holdings, respectively. Nomura Real Estate Development was established as a spin-off from Nomura Securities, which has over 90 years of investment banking experience and is one of Japan's largest financial institutions. Nomura Real Estate Development is one of the leading developers of condominiums and detached houses centered in the Greater Tokyo area that carries the Proud brand. Proud is valued as a high-quality condominium brand owing to its highly integrated way of development, sales, and management. Some of its flagship projects are the Tomihisa Cross Comfort Tower, Proud Tower Nagoya, Proud Tower Otsu, and many other iconic projects under the Proud brand. Isetan Mitsukoshi Holdings Limited is one of the oldest and largest department store groups in Japan. Mitsukoshi was founded in 1673, while Isetan Department Store opened its doors in 1886. These two companies merged and have been operating 62 stores nationwide since 2008. Its flagship store is the Mitsukoshi Nihonbashi Main Store. It opens stores in Shinjuku, Ginza, and other prominent locations in Japan. This partnership will develop a world-class Japanese-inspired project that aims to enhance Philippine lifestyle. It will be situated at Federal Land's Master Plan Community in Bonifacio Global City, Grand Central Park. Grand Central Park is an integrated use community with a thriving cosmopolitan vibe. In this vibrant urban enclave will rise a piece of Japan you can own, the Seasons Residences. A four-tower residential condominium inspired by the four seasons of Japan: Haru, Natsu, Aki, and Fuyu. These towers are designed for convenience and functionality and infused with Japanese technology. At the podium of the Seasons Residences is the country's first branch of Japan's most renowned department store chain, Mitsukoshi. It features a curated spectrum of premier Japanese dining options, international food choices, crafts, and accessories. It caters to the more discerning consumers with premium cosmetics, wellness, and lifestyle shops. A signature supermarket by Isetan Mitsukoshi elevates the grocery shopping experience with its interesting array of fresh and chilled items, as well as household goods and daily necessities, premium food court, and sweet shops. The Seasons Residences is inspired by the seasons of Japan with its amenities designed and zoned to elicit the feeling of a new beginning, to provide a space for play and recreation, to induce a more conducive ambiance for creative pursuits, and to rejuvenate one's soul with sheer relaxation. The Seasons Residences will offer a distinct amenity, the guest house, which will be made available for use by relatives and friends of residents. The Seasons Residences will bring the Japanese tradition of excellence and innovation to the Philippines through its architecture and design. Experience the efficiency of Japanese living with design elements that keep you organized. Maximize the use of your space and provide convenient plumbing maintenance. Ingenious technology that increases building comfort, safety, and resilience to both wind and earthquakes. and intelligent security systems for added protection. Technology that keeps your surroundings neat and easy to clean, while it saves and protects the environment through unique features that regulate energy consumption. Live in an environment of convenience and functionality. Elevate your lifestyle. At Bonifacio Global City, own a piece of Japan with the Seasons Residences.
Grand Hyatt, one of the world's leading names in luxury hotels and resorts, makes its home in the Philippines. Changing the Manila skyline with the rise of the iconic Grand Hyatt Manila. Living up to its legendary heritage by introducing hotel living with Grand Hyatt Manila Residences. And now, continuing the legacy with Grand Hyatt Manila Residences South Tower. Located at the crossroads of two premier cities, Bonifacio Global City and Makati. It's close to everything you love and need. Life in Grand Hyatt Manila Residences South Tower is a grand experience. Grand Hyatt Manila Residences South Tower. A home where everything you need is just a call away. A home that lets you enjoy the conveniences of hotel living. This is the life I choose. The life that I dreamed of. Where every whim is met. Where life has no limits. This is the life of a chosen few. This is the life I chose to live. So I stay for a night. When you can stay for a lifetime.